I think we're ready to go. So it is 6:31, August 20th, 2025. This is the Nahant Board of Selectmen, and I hereby call this meeting to order. Opening comments. Gene or Patrick?
No, I have none.
Patrick?
Nothing for me, thank you.
We're good. Okay.
Hey,
And
Patrick.
I am also good. So no dogs on the beaches starting on May 1st through September 30th each year, except on Doggy Beach. We have metal recycling pickup, metal white goods, TV, computer recycling occurs on the last Saturday of each month until October 25th from 8 a.m. to 12 p.m. noon behind the DPW garage. Certain fees may apply. Visit the community calendar at nahant.org for a full list of accepted items. The Hump and Nickel 5 Mile Road Race is Saturday, September 6th, 2025, beginning at 9 a.m. in front of the Nahant Life Saving Station. Race and registration details can be found in the community calendar at nahant.org. And the Market by the Sea is scheduled for Saturday, September 20th from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. at Flash Road Park. For more information or to become a vendor, visit the market page at nahant.org or email ktaylor@nahant.org. Swim is having their fall beach cleanup on Sunday, September 28th, beginning at 11 a.m. at Lowlands parking lot. And that brings us to the public hearing. So we have a petition received from National Grid to be granted permission to install underground facilities on Wharf Street, specifically at 41 Wharf Street. I'll make a motion. I move the Board of Selectmen open the public hearing with National Grid. Do I hear a second?
Seconded.
Thank you, Pat.
Pat, why don't you, if you would, handle the seconds?
Sounds good, Gene, okay.
So do we have a discussion? So my understanding as far as details is that the owner of 41 Wharf Street has asked to have the utilities placed under the street, and we are acting on that for giving National Grid permission to do that.
Mr. Chair, Bo Wang is on the line for National Grid. He should probably chime in here.
Okay.
There he is.
Mr.
Hey,
Wang?
good evening.
Yep.
You guys hear me?
Yep.
Good. You guys have any questions regarding this? I'm pretty much just doing a petition hearing on behalf of the electrician so they can trench across the street on Wharf Street between 41 Wharf Street and pole number 29. If you guys have the sketch, it should be over there. It's about 32 feet of conduit on the public property. And then it'll continue on to Wharf Street on their own private property for a permanent service.
All right, thank you. Are there any comments regarding this petition to install these utilities under the pavement? And this is open to the general public also.
Yeah, just a question is how involved is that? I know we don't have any cost associated with it right now, but for years, Richie Lombard, Selectman Lombard, had been wanting to bury the lines down across the lower town there, down on Nahant Road and the corner of Spring, all of those. Is that something we seem to have given up on that? Is that something we should take a look at?
Okay, Gene, I think your discussion, your question is certainly one that we could discuss. I'm confident that the expense is the key issue preventing us from doing that. But I think that we can certainly have that discussion in another forum. Is that okay with you?
And yeah, I think something simple, just something to kind of kickstart it and see what the results of conversation might be.
All right, Allison, could you make a note on that?
Yes.
For future reference, thank you so much. So let's, we have no comments. So I am, okay, we have, so we had that motion to open the hearing. We had a discussion, but I'm not sure, did we vote to open the meeting, open the hearing? I don't think we did.
I think that you're right. I think you're right.
Yeah, okay. So regarding the vote to open the hearing, roll call vote.
Gene Canty, aye.
You still with us, Patrick? Patrick has disappeared. Rob Tibble, aye. Motion carries. So that is going to bring us to the motion for petition. I was hoping that Patrick might jump in here.
So you know what I think happened with Pat is the Zoom bomber renamed himself as Pat O'Reilly and I kicked him out of the meeting.
Ah,
I'm not sure he's going to be able to log back in.
will he land in the waiting room?
Yeah, no one's in the waiting room right now.
Okay.
Well, why don't you make the motion?
Okay. All right. Yeah, we can keep moving here. Allison, maybe you could give him a call or send him a text.
Mhm.
Okay. The motion, I move the Board of Selectmen vote to approve the petition submitted by the Massachusetts Electric Company, DBA National Grid of North Andover, Massachusetts, to be granted permission to excavate the public highways and run and maintain underground electric conduits together with such sustaining and protecting fixtures as said company may deem necessary. Said underground conduits shall be located substantially in accordance with the plan filed herewith marked Wharf Street, Nahant, Massachusetts. Do I have a second?
Second,
Okay. Discussion, I think we've already had that. Um, Roll call vote.
Gene Canty, aye.
Rob Tibble, aye. That brings us to new business.
Should move to close the hearing, Mr. Chair.
Oh, yeah,
Oh, yes, of course, I'm sorry. I move to close the hearing for National Grid. Do I have,
second,
okay. Uh, Roll call vote.
Gene Canty, aye.
Rob Tibble, aye. Thank you, Dan. I'm very good at jumping out. Under new business, we have a vote to approve the appointment of a new reserve officer. I'll read the motion. I move the Board of Selectmen vote to appoint Ralph Sorois as a reserve police officer with the Nahant Police Department. Do I have a second?
Second,
And discussion. Chief Furlong?
Think it's time to go back to in-person meetings.
You couldn't be more right.
So actually, both of my points here, this one and the next one are no-brainers to me. This one especially. Ralph Sorois just recently retired from the Lynn Police Department after 20-something years as a sergeant. When I tell you he has been there, done that as a police officer, that's an understatement. He even won several awards, commendations and whatnot. Prior to Lynn Police, he served for the Nahant Police full-time for 9 years, so it's kind of like a welcome back for him. Firearms instructor, you name it, like he's going to be a huge asset to the Nahant Police Department.
Okay. Further discussion, Gene?
yeah, no, to support what the chief is saying, almost every time they picked up the Lynn item for the last 20-odd years, Sergeant Soroy was in there, so we're certainly not only getting a seasoned veteran, but somebody who's really stepped up in the position.
Absolutely.
It's my perception that the Sorois family has a long history in law enforcement in the city of Lynn, and I look forward to having him available to help our department here. So roll call vote.
Gene Canty, aye.
Rob Tibble, aye.
Pat O'Reilly, aye.
Ah, welcome back, Pat. Thank you.
The real me.
Uh, hopefully, we can't have any more of those questionable people out there. All right, so let's jump to the next one here. We have a vote to approve the appointment of Nahant's first K-9 officer. I move the Board of Selectmen vote to appoint K-9 Officer Solo, assigned to Police Officer Connor Robertson as her partner and handler with the Nahant Police Department.
Second,
Discussion, Chief Furlong.
Absolutely. So again, this is something that's been a long time coming. Years ago, I asked for it. It just never came to fruition. I created this position for very different, a bunch of different reasons, I should say. One of which is I'm sorry, my dogs are fighting in the background. It's distracting me, but one of which is to try to make the town of Nahant and the police department more marketable to qualified employees, not only to stay here, but to come here and work here. With the civil service change of laws, it's basically an open market for police officers, and it's very difficult to maintain good quality employees. The officer that I selected, I know he's on the line. I'll let him speak in a second, but he's just one of those officers that you just don't want to let go. Sorry, I have 3 dogs. I couldn't do. That being said, we met the dog the other day, myself and Officer Robertson. We went up to West Newbury to the facility. Beautiful, well-mannered, very good temperamented dog. It comes to us not fully trained because Connor still has to train with her, bond with her, and go through different certifications. She's a 10-month-old Belgian Malinois, and I think she's going to be a huge asset to our department. She's very lovable. I can see this going quite public, and basically the town just taking her in, calling her Nahant's dog. She's just that sweet of a dog. But on the other hand, she is being trained the other way, so I wouldn't want to be on the other end of that. But that being said, I'd like Officer Robertson, if you don't mind speaking on behalf.
Before you do, Officer Robertson, let me apologize, please. I read the script. It said her. Obviously, that's not the case.
Well, her name is Solo. I'm
Okay, yeah. A little mix up on our end again. My apologies.
It's okay. Yeah, so I have something written up, just kind of going over everything, but I just want to say good evening. Before I begin anything, I want to say thank you to Chief Furlong, the town administrator, Allison Nieto, staff Mariana, Amesbury K-9 officer Tommy Nichols, who's also in charge of the NEMLEC K-9 unit up for the whole region. The facility, Runchkin Hill, and the K-9 handler, Robin, the town board of selectmen, the NPD union and union president, Sergeant Larry, for their continued trust in us in public safety. Just in a quick biography on me. My name is Officer Connor Robertson. I served in the Air Force before beginning my career in law enforcement. I earned my bachelor's in management from Northeastern and a master's in criminology and criminal justice from Merrimack College. I've been fortunate to serve with both Lowell Police Department and now in the Nahant Police Department, where I've continued to grow. Outside of policing, I've worked with children with special education as I was a special ed teacher at Lynn Classical High School and in Boston Public Schools. Experience that taught me profound levels of patience, leadership, and importance of being a positive role model. And the Lowell Police Academy, I was the class president. And then under Chief Furlong's profound leadership, the department continues to move forward, just as he mentioned, with propelling into the next day and age. From launching the drone unit, working together with the town to revolutionize the emergency management section, to Sergeant Larry's historic move last month, and now the addition of the first ever K-9 program. I just like to introduce partner K9 Solo. I know there are photos in here. I don't know if we can pull them up. Solo was selected through a rigorous process. We consulted with agencies out in New Mexico, Texas, and Arizona to go over temperaments and hear pros and cons type of dogs. And when we went and met with Solo, she is a Malinois, but she's also partly Dutch Shepherd, and temperament and attitude were like profoundly one of the baseline levels that we were looking for as well. If it wasn't for the first 20, 30 minutes, we didn't hear a bark from her until we brought her upstairs, and she was, had to, turn into her police officer mode, much like police officers do every day. We always have a smile, but we're trained to do what we need to do when times arise. So with that being said, her instincts were just there. Together, we were committed to protecting and serving the residents in Nahant and with our teamwork. And just to touch on some of the stuff, she's already been initiated in tracking, so she can track missing people. She's also been started with detection, so it's called imprinting. So if she's starting to learn the basic concepts, so that can lead to narcotics training and narcotic certification and EOD and firearm certification. So she can sniff those out along with me. I also am going to narcotics school under Chief Furlong next month, where I'm going to be going up to North Reading Police Department for a week. And yeah, I'll be available for any questions. And I know the chief's always available. So if you guys have anything for me.
Just throwing up a picture of her.
A handsome dog.
She looks great. She looks great. Okay. Well, my first thought, you mentioned the additional safety of the general public and such, but I also think of this strongly as an additional layer of protection for you, Officer Robertson, and fellow officers in the field. So I'm glad that the people of Nahant will have this. I'm glad that the Nahant Police Department will have this. I look forward to hearing more and more about the training and the participation of this dog with various town events, such as when the schools are reopened. I'm sure you will be showing her off a little bit, I think that's going to be a great experience for everyone.
Absolutely. As of right now, we're still working through the logistics with making the move as seamless as possible for her, as well as myself. So it could take a few weeks. We might miss the opening day. However, I was there. I tend to go to all events. The chief knows. He sends it. I'll be there. Just as we had the middle school or the elementary and middle schoolers playing baseball, I probably batted 1,000 against fifth graders. So I'm not going to brag, but the Red Sox could use some help in spring training. I'll be there.
I'm pretty sure that you out hit Jason that day.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So we have a motion. So we're going to vote on approving this next step. Roll call vote.
Gene Canty, aye.
Pat O'Reilly, aye.
And Rob Tibbo, aye.
Thank you,
Thank you
guys.
so
We
much.
appreciate the support. We really do appreciate the support you guys give us.
You deserve every bit of it, Chief. You and your team deserve every bit of it.
So we just pulled a coup on you guys. This is actually the dog right here.
Wow. Well, okay.
No.
Thank you again. We do appreciate it.
All
By the
right,
way-
thank you.
By the way, that's quite a resume, officer.
Certainly is.
Yep.
So much. I didn't want to talk about it, but I also, with the chief, I actually got into a program at Georgetown too. So that was all with the chief's recommendation and everything. So, but
All right, well, stick with us. We need you.
thank you so much. I won't not no plans to go anywhere.
Yeah, that's wonderful to hear. Let's see. So we have a vote to approve an event request for the Nahant Public Library book sale. I move the Board of Selectmen vote to approve the event request for the Nahant Public Library book sale on Saturday, September 6, 2025, from 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. in front of the library. Do I have a second?
Seconded.
General discussion, we have the Pleasant Street will be closed at Nahant Road and Central Street. This is done every year, and the police, fire, and DPW departments are aware of the closure. Any further discussion? Roll call vote.
Gene Canty, aye.
Pat O'Reilly, aye.
Rob Tibble, aye. We have a vote to approve meeting minutes. I move the Board of Selectmen vote to approve the Board of Selectmen meeting minutes from July 16th, 2025 and August 6th, 2025. Do I hear a second?
Seconded.
Discussion? Roll call vote.
Gene Canty, aye.
Pat O'Reilly, aye.
And Rob Tibble, aye. We have a vote to extend the land lease agreement at 198 Nahant Road. This involves the cell tower located behind the police station. I move the Board of Selectmen vote to execute a one-year lease extension agreement with the STC 6 company for the cell phone tower located at 198 Nahant Road, Nahant, Mass. 01908. Do I have a second?
Seconded.
Discussion? Hearing none, roll call vote.
Gene Canty, aye.
Pat O'Reilly, aye.
And Rob Tibble, aye. Votes unanimous. We had planned to review the planning board's proposed zoning bylaw to comply with Mass General Law, Chapter 40A, Section 3A. Do we have the information necessary to move forward tonight? Pat, I think I heard that you had some concern, and I'm a little,
I think we just need to actually move forward. I think we do need the zoning map.
the map, yeah, that I
Yeah.
think it's listed as Nels is supposed to have this or submit it, but he's away right now. Is that what we're talking about there?
I think that's my understanding. So I
Is
think
that
we
so?
can certainly hear from Sheila or whoever's on to that could discuss it. But I think my understanding is we'd have to have that full package to send it back to the planning board. But what we have now is just the wording of the bylaw.
Okay,
Yeah.
which is very good, by the way. I think we can all agree on that. It to me it seems very thorough. Sheila, comments as far as that page that we don't have?
Yes, about the actual official zoning map of the town of Nahant. That is correct. Has not been included. But I don't know if you wanted to discuss the particular bylaw in itself. Do you have any questions? Is there anything maybe town council had, or just so that while we have a little extra time, if there was something that we could, modify, we could do that, waiting for the actual zoning bylaw map.
Okay. Pat or Jean, any thoughts there?
No, I didn't anticipate going forward tonight. I didn't know whether we'd have the map or not.
Okay.
So I did a review of what the planning board put together, which is more than substantial. Great job. I'm okay either way.
Okay. Patrick?
Yeah, no, I've had the opportunity to attend a few of the planning board meetings and give some feedback, and some of which was incorporated into the proposal. So I'm very happy with the way it's coming together, and I think whenever Sheila is ready to present or wants to go into more detail tonight. I know we've got some attendance, but maybe not full attendance. We could certainly discuss it further in detail, but I think if anyone's been interested all along, they've probably been to the one of the planning board meetings and know generally what's being discussed. So I think we're in good shape to pass along. I think my just concern is just the schedule. we have some statutory hurdles to jump through and jump over, and making sure we try to get it through by the end of the year. So I was going to suggest that maybe we discuss it a little bit more today, and then schedule something maybe in between, if there's time next week, that we can come back before otherwise we're back in 2 weeks, and that does put us back a little bit. We may need that week back later.
I could like to address that, Jean and Rob and Pat. I do want to at least make sure that everyone, the public and you all know that this has already been pre-approved by the Executive Office of Housing Livable Communities. They sent in their remarks and we have edited and updated it so it's in this bylaw. The other is Margaret Hurley, who is out of the AG's office. She had made some particular comments also, and those have been edited and corrected in this particular zoning bylaw, the 3A Section 13. So we're on good track, and because of my little eagle eyes with the mapping, I found several parcels that were missing, a zoning code. So that's why we were delayed. There was just a little mix up in a little QC check, but I know that they're working on it. Our consultant is away though this week and hopefully is back next week. We did speak yesterday morning and he knows about it. And so he's going to work very quickly to turn it around for us so that we do have a complete package.
Okay, so if we were to try and schedule a brief meeting next week to move on this, do we have any feeling as to whether or not we'd be ready to go at that point, or should we just wait to hear from you, Sheila?
I'll tell you that I would know, I'm going to say by Friday, this Friday, the 22nd.
Mm-hmm.
Because he does have an assistant working on it.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
So I would like to be able to make sure that, yep, it's all done and it's complete beforehand.
Okay, Pat
Because
and
that's
Jean,
important that the townspeople do have to vote on that, that shows all the zoning districts, including the MOD, multifamily overlay district.
understood.
Sheila.
Pat and Jean, any thoughts there?
Yeah, if I could, Sheila, will we at some point have a public hearing to go over not only the 3A, but the affordable housing and perhaps the short-term rentals, to kind of lay it all out in a more simplistic form for people to clearly understand it?
Jean, to answer that question, we are going to only review and actually only concentrate on the MBTA 3A zoning. I can tell you that we have added some contingency for affordability within our bylaw, and it's not a requirement with the state. We just felt that it was very important to add that. So we
Right.
do have it within the current 3A MBTA zoning bylaw. And we can talk about that.
Yeah,
I can go over a little bit of the schedule. I was amiss last night during the planning board hearing that I didn't have my schedule with me. So today, being Wednesday, August the 20th, the BOS will not be sending the bylaw back to the planning board. I don't think that you are technically meeting on the 27th, or would you be willing to meet on the 27th? Otherwise, we're pushing it till September 3rd.
No, I'm
Which
certainly
is-
want to make
okay.
sure we're moving as quickly as possible.
I know.
Input, Jean and Pat?
September 3rd?
I'm okay with it. No, I'm okay with the 27th.
Okay. Okay. And
Sounds okay.
27. All right, good. Let's hope now that we get the plan so that you have that by the 25th, the actual map, okay?
Great.
And so then if you meet that Wednesday and we submit the plan between the 22nd and the 25th, you could vote to send it back to the planning board, which then would give us time to put in hopefully a notice to the Lynn item and send all the notifications for a public hearing so that the first publication could take place as early as Tuesday, September the 9th. The second publication could be the 16th for an actual public hearing then on September the 23rd. And then once our public hearing is done, I do not know if it would take more than one night and we had to continue it. I would assume we would try to continue the next day and hope that the planning board members could do that. Otherwise, we'd have to continue to the following Tuesday, which would be September 30th. And that's if we had a lot of, input and just as a contingency. Then we would write our report the first week of October and send that to you. And you can start to plan then for a special town meeting.
Okay. That sounds good. Focusing on next week, Allison, can we put something up on the calendar and hopefully we have the information that we need so we can go forward with it?
Yes.
Sounds good? Okay.
Yep.
Great. Thank you, Sheila.
Okay, thank you very much.
All right. I'm sorry to keep you waiting. As I know, you and Rob were in the background there, and I was hoping
That's
to
all
move,
right.
move you up, but we just couldn't make it happen. So
Listen,
again,
things
I
were
appreciate-
happening.
I
It's
appreciate your
okay.
patience. I appreciate your patience.
Thank you. Good
Um,
night.
Thank you. Good night.
Thanks.
Let's see. All right, so I wanted to just have a few words regarding paddle boards and kayaks, and Pat and Jean, we did give you copies of the agreements that we have with people who store paddle boards, kayaks, and prams in town. And that is a good form that we like to get from everyone, just so that we have the release and agreements as far as the removal of or the need to remove of these smaller vessels. My point on this discussion was just to mention that we are now in hurricane season, and we actually have something pushing its way up the coast as we speak. Uh, my count last week is that we have somewhere close to 30 kayaks and paddle boards attached to the fence on Tudor Beach. I know we have others scattered around the town. My concern is that I think only maybe 15 of them, I'm sorry, I can't see my notes right now, but it was somewhere around half of them on Tudor Beach are actually registered with the town. That means that we have no way of contacting people to urge them or encourage them to get them off of the beach if this storm starts coming in and would otherwise start pounding them against the seawall and possibly even damage the fence that they're attached to, depending on how violent the surf is. So I want to just mention to folks that uh, we certainly, as a town, have the right to remove these, and if we feel that they are going to be a hazard, then we certainly will remove them. But we ask that everyone pay attention to this situation and take necessary moves to protect your property and protect town property. And that is the extent of the discussion that I wanted to have. Jean or Pat, anything further on this?
Yeah, I would just ask, what's the forecast for this in terms of how serious it will be when it gets up this way?
I understand it right now, Gene, we're looking at some significant waves. Actually, Carl Macario and I had a quick discussion about that this afternoon. Carl, I think you mentioned that predictions right now, from what you've seen, suggest possibly up to 7-foot waves coming in. Are you still on, Carl? Okay, moving forward. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what was suggested. Who knows, ultimately what we're going to get. We're not going to get a storm surge. The sea is the storm is too far offshore, but we will have some significant waves coming in, which also should generate a warning to anybody swimming at Short Beach or Tudor Beach, in that surf can become dangerous. So, once again, sharing my thoughts as harbor master, that people need to keep on top of this. We have a lot of kayaks and paddle boards down on Tudor Beach Wall, and we need to be careful. So moving on, we have a vote to approve the FY26 fee schedule. Unfortunately, I have a bad habit of moving these votes forward without actually taking the vote. We'll make the motion, we'll have the discussion, and sometimes, as I have demonstrated tonight, we'll try to move ahead without actually taking the vote. And that appears to be what happened in our meeting of August 6th, wherein we reviewed and discussed in the Board of Selectmen meeting, the change in fees regarding the building department and the liquor license fees, but we didn't complete the vote. So we want to do that at this time. And I move that the Board of Selectmen vote to approve the FY26 fee schedule with the proposed changes as discussed during our meeting on August 6th. Do I have a second?
Seconded.
Discussion? Roll call vote.
Gene Canty, aye.
Pat O'Reilly, aye.
And Rob Thibault, aye. And thank you for that.
Hey, Rob,
Yes.
sorry about that. My I'm trying to figure out, I went from my computer to my phone.
Okay.
Just real quick on what we talked about earlier. So I mentioned to you that we're supposed to have a normal, about an 8.4 foot tide tomorrow morning, 10.2 tomorrow night, roughly 10:30, 4 p.m. with a surge of 4 to 7 feet. So real quick, we'll probably get the usual splash over in the usual places. And but other than that, I think you're on it. You were right on point. So that's it. So hopefully we'll be on the lower end of the surge. Right now, it looks like in between the waves, it'll be an 8-second. One of the models shows a 4-second between the swells. So I'm sure, like you said, Tudor Beach area and over the wharf area, but there won't be any winds we'll have to worry about. Right now, the winds look top at 17 miles an hour. So that's it. Appreciate the time.
All right. Sounds like good sailing weather. Thank you, Carl. I appreciate your input.
No problem. Thank you.
All right. Let's see. Preserving East Point, I don't think we have anything there. That brings us to the town administrator's report, which Allison mentioned might be very short today.
Yeah, I mean, I don't have too much. I did just want to mention that the request for proposal for the public safety building feasibility study has been advertised. Chief Antrim has posted a public meeting for next Tuesday, the 26th, where potential bidders can come to Nahant. We'll meet at Town Hall and then view the potential sites as part of that they would include in the feasibility study. And then proposals are due September 3rd. On Monday, I opened bids with architect Richard Smith for the library contractors. And the lowest bid came in at just over $300,000. And this is for the first phase of the library work that was approved by the CPC at last town meeting in May. So that quote is pretty good. It will allow the library to take on some of the additional phases of the project, such as changing over the electric and a few other things that they wanted to update in the system. So that's good too. I just wanted to kind of mention those two things, and other than that, it's fairly status quo here at Town Hall.
Good news. Well, good news.
Hey, it's a little bit more than status quo. I heard a rumor that Allison might be in a swimathon from Short Beach to Egg Rock.
And back.
And I think we probably all want to take a peek at that.
Yes, that is true. September 14th, I'm participating in what is called the Egg Rock Scramble, and it's a 4-mile swim from Short Beach in front of the life-saving station out and around Egg Rock and then back on Short Beach. So there's 13 of us doing it through the Massachusetts Open Water Swimming Association. So I've been training in the ocean. These swells are not going to help me. I might have to do pool training at the end of this week. But I'm excited for it. They did it for the first time. I guess this used to take place in the 70s, and then they did it for the first time again last year. So I'm excited to be a part of it.
That's awesome.
Thank you.
I'm tired just thinking about it, but we're all with you. We're all behind you on this one.
Thank you, guys.
Oh, Allison, thank
Maybe on the
you.
boat, maybe on the boat.
Yeah.
What time does it start, Allison?
It starts at 9 a.m. on the September 14th. So come on down to Short Beach.
Fantastic. Thank you.
Yep.
We're down to citizens' comments now. Do we have anyone who would like to offer some thoughts to the Board of Selectmen? Okay, looks like we're in good shape for now. Do I hear a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Second?
That
Roll call vote.
Gene Canty, aye.
Pat O'Reilly, aye.
Rob Tibbo, aye. We are adjourned. Gene, I think we might have broken your record.
I don't think so.
Thank you all. I appreciate your time and patience.
Thank you, Rob.
Good night.
Yeah.
Good night.
Thank you. Good